Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Microfighter Monday, and we are headlining this with a Series 3, or I should say, kicking it off with a Series 3, the 75125 Resistance X-Wing Fighter. Now, the Resistance X-Wing Fighter, you could, again, it was really, the Force Awakens had come out, so the X-Wings were kind of back in vogue. It was now the Resistance instead of the Rebellion, and we haven't had the show, Disney's Resistance show quite yet. That was later in 2018, and Last Jedi hadn't been released when this came out. This one kind of kicked off late 2016 and into 2007, or excuse me, kicked off in 2016 approximately, and made a run through 2017. So it was really right after the Force Awakens popularity. So with that, here we go. A nice little close up, and it features probably the best part of this set. Again, the X-Wings, they have quite a look, so it does look like an X-Wing, so I give it that. It's got the pink thrust in the back. Doesn't look horrible from the back. Great pilot with Snap Wexley. So you could say it's a positive or a negative, depending on how you look at it. Getting a named character adds individual value, but if you're trying to army build and buy a couple of these, then it doesn't really help you there because it's a named character. And with that, I have a couple problems with this. The color scheme and how it looks. Well, number one, there's no co-pilot droid, so they probably should have had a half helmet there. Then, secondly, the engine blocks look terrible. So if you're looking at it from this standpoint, that looks nothing like an X-Wing engine block. So it's really chunky and terrible. If you're gonna do this, at the very least you would have had to have done some sort of a print on one side. So that, and then this is off center, so that looks terrible. And doing these connections are okay, so it does make it look like an X-Wing, but I still have problems with the engine area. It looks terrible. The nose, I wish, is my dog hair on here? I wish they could somehow figure out how to make it more of a pointed nose. It's pretty, at least it looks symmetrical from the bottom, so that's okay. Nothing too wild. Here's the character himself. The pilot seat's okay. Nothing wrong there. Great figure with some nice printing. I love the colors. The helmet's fantastic with the rebel symbol in there. It looks like it's a little off kilter there, but that's okay. Nice detailing in back. So it's really nice. I love the figure. And that's a big part of Microfighters is the figure. It's so nice getting that. But again, it's just the coloring's okay because in the ship there are some blue smatterings. But ultimately, this one kind of falls short. If I take, now we have had an X-Wing previously. This is my boy who did the trench run. And you can see they kind of scaled the engine block down a little bit. This one's really big and chunky, but then thins out here. But look how off-center it is. That just, from a design perspective, that just doesn't work for me. I don't get it. And then, of course, in this one, even though he's riding fairly even here, slightly lower, they managed to get a droid in there. and it looks like, okay, so there they used 2 barrels. This one they used a single. So I don't know. And there's the back. I mean, this one's, I kind of like how the back is set up here. This one probably looks a little bit more like a ship. And then they used they used the tile plates. This one they used a single stud. So that's interesting. Here they kind of chunked out the wing. So the wing is a little bit more, correct. But that engine block is just, it's just terrible. And I don't know what they're going to do about that. So we'll see, Lego. Make another X-Wing. Try number 3. You can do it. Come on, man. Try number 3, I don't know if if they could do a Hail Mary Rise of Skywalker X-Wing out there somewhere. Maybe do like a Luke Skywalker's X-Wing somewhere in there. I don't know. But that's it. And again, these were originally $10. I believe, I'm trying to remember how I got this one. I think I might have gotten it in store. So this might have been one of the first when I started buying kind of again. So in 2017, I think is right when I started, and I think I snagged this one. It really hasn't really held its value because, like I said, the design is kind of crappy. And of course, the movies didn't do great. Force Awakens was pretty solid, but so overall, this set, I don't think it really did phenomenal. And it doesn't seem to carry a ton of value. So, ultimately, I mean, I've seen this used for $6 to $10 and, new in box, $12, $15 tops. So I wouldn't overpay for this one. Because it's still fairly new in the market, although it's now retired. But yeah, so that's all I have for this Microfighter Monday. It's at a Resistance. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this installment. Because get ready, we're about to go Imperial on everybody. Because of course, every time we do a good guy ship, we've got to combat it with some bad guy, and boy, the bad guys are coming. So next Microfighter Monday will be Imperial style, and you never know, might be an army flex. We shall see. So thank you so much for watching. We will catch you on the next Microfighter Monday.